Remember when you were a kid and the world seemed full of strange rules and mysteries? Your parents probably told you a bunch of things that you just accepted as fact. Well, today we're going to put some of those old beliefs to the test and see what's real and what's just a myth. Get ready for a trip down memory lane because we're debunking the common childhood beliefs that we all grew up with. First up, the classic. If you swallow chewing gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years. I remember being terrified of this one. I'd accidentally swallow a piece of gum and immediately start a 7-year countdown in my head. But here's the truth. It's completely false. While it's true that your body can't digest the synthetic rubber base of gum, it doesn't just set up camp in your stomach. It simply passes through your digestive system, pretty much intact, and comes out the other end within a few days, just like other indigestible things we eat, like certain seeds or fiber. So, no, you don't have a 7-year-old wad of gum hanging out in your gut. But maybe don't make a habit of swallowing it anyway. Next, let's talk about that warning you got every time you went to the pool. Wait at least 30 minutes after eating before you go swimming, or you'll get a cramp and drown. This one sounds serious, and it probably kept a lot of us sitting impatiently by the poolside. The idea is that digestion diverts blood flow from your muscles to your stomach, leaving your limbs too weak to swim. While it's true that digestion requires extra blood flow, your body has more than enough blood to handle both swimming and digesting a light meal. The worst that might happen is a minor stitch or some discomfort, but the risk of a debilitating cramp that leads to drowning is incredibly small. So, while it's not a great idea to swim right after a massive Thanksgiving dinner, a small snack is perfectly fine. How about this one for all the aspiring basketball players out there? Eating bread crusts will make your hair curly. I know so many people who either forced themselves to eat crusts or avoided them like the plague, depending on their hair goals. The reality? Your hair's texture, whether it's straight, wavy, or curly, is determined almost entirely by your genetics. The shape of your hair follicles dictates the shape of your hair strands. No food, not even the crunchiest bread crust, can change your DNA. The only thing eating crusts will do is give you a little extra fiber. So, if you don't like crusts, feel free to cut them off without worrying about your hairstyle. Okay, let's get into a spooky one. If you make a silly face and the wind changes, your face will get stuck like that forever. This was the ultimate threat to stop us from crossing our eyes or pulling our cheeks. It's a hilarious image, but thankfully, it's pure fiction. Your facial muscles are just like any other muscles in your body. They're designed to be flexible and move. The wind changing direction has absolutely no power to freeze your muscles in place. Your face will always return to its normal resting position. So go ahead, make all the goofy faces you want. You're perfectly safe. Your parents just wanted you to stop embarrassing them in public. Now for a myth that probably caused a lot of playground arguments. Touching a toad will give you warts. Poor toads have gotten such a bad reputation because of this. But the truth is, warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV, which is a virus specific to humans. Toads and frogs can have bumps on their skin, but these are just glands and have nothing to do with the virus that causes warts in people. You can't catch warts from a toad, plain and simple. However, it's still a good idea to wash your hands after handling any wild animal, just for general hygiene. Let's give the toads a break. Here's one that probably shaped your TV watching habits. Sitting too close to the television will ruin your eyesight. How many times did your parents yell this from the other room? This belief started back in the 1960s with some early color TV sets that did emit higher than normal levels of radiation. But those TVs were recalled decades ago. Modern TVs, LCDs, LEDs, plasmas, are completely safe. While sitting too close for too long can cause temporary eye strain, headaches, or dry eyes, it won't cause any permanent damage to your vision. It might, however, be a sign that you need glasses, as people who are nearsighted often sit closer to see the screen clearly. Let's talk about the weather. Did your parents ever tell you, don't go outside with wet hair, or you'll catch a cold? It seems logical, right? Being cold and wet feels like the perfect recipe for getting sick. But colds are caused by viruses, not by temperature. You catch a cold by coming into contact with a cold virus, usually from another person who is sick. While some studies suggest that being cold might slightly lower your immune response, making you a bit more susceptible if you're already exposed to the virus, wet hair itself is not the cause. You're much more likely to get sick being cooped up indoors with other people during the winter than you are from a walk outside with a damp head. And finally, the ultimate power struggle myth. Eating carrots will help you see in the dark. This one is so widespread, but its origins are fascinating. It was actually a piece of British propaganda during World War II. The Royal Air Force had developed new radar technology that allowed their pilots to shoot down enemy planes at night. To keep this technology a secret, they started a public campaign claiming their pilots' amazing nighttime success was due to eating a diet rich in carrots. While carrots are high in vitamin A, which is essential for good eye health and can prevent night blindness caused by a deficiency, they won't give you superhuman night vision. They'll help you maintain the vision you have, but they won't turn you into a cat. So there you have it, a whole bunch of childhood facts that turned out to be fiction. It's amazing how these stories get passed down through generations. What are some of the crazy things you believed as a kid? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read them. It's fun to look back and laugh at the things we used to think were true. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.